All right, we are now live. We are now live. I appreciate everyone for the patience. And when you really trying to share a message, there's going to be a lot of technical difficulties because the message is divine, and we understand time isn't real because time isn't real. But we got special guests. Introduce yourself to us.
My name is Aurora.
Hmm.
Um, that's it. My name is Aurora. If you know me well enough, you can call me Rose. I am
Hmm.
evolving to the nickname Rose. Okay, that's what I'll be having the whole world call me soon. That is my great grandmother's name, and it holds importance as far as my transformation.
Hmm. And she's the son of a Scorpio. She's a Scorpio son. So Scorpios are very, very transformative, very, very, very powerful. And they're ruled by Pluto. So just understand the power of a Scorpio woman when you see her is very, very, very powerful. So the title of this live is The Victimhood of Our Lost Queens. And the reason we came up with this live is because as we go more into the times, we notice that the most targeted gender is what?
The black woman.
It's the black woman. It is. It's the black woman. So as the black woman is the most targeted gender, they also need a lot more leaders. They need more people who are going to push in more messages. That's why I started to bring in more divine feminine energy because I know that what I'm doing is right. And I know that the divine feminine energy, them leaders, they really the ones who going to express what other divine feminine, people need. You know what I'm saying? So me personally, I got a sister who's going down the route of the city girls. I know a lot of my friends who chose the ones who got sisters going down the route of being a city girl. And there's just so many women becoming city girls. And that is destruction. They're
Yeah.
going down the route of destruction. So as we rise, as we rise, it's very, very, very important. Wait, I gotta make sure we're actually hold up. Wait, we're not public. We're live, but we're not public. Let me make it public.
Really? Okay.
This is a private live. Now we're really about to go public. All
Okay.
right, that was the practice. Now it's about to go public. You ready?
Cool. Yes.
Oh my God, that's funny.
It's the
Okay,
synchronicities for me.
we are now live with special guest. She's the sign of a Scorpio. Scorpio, the most transformative sign ever. The sign that rules power. The sign that's ruled by sex. The sign that's ruled by all types of power. Introduce yourself, young Scorpio.
My name is Aurora. If you get to know me well enough, you can call me Ro or Rose.
Hmm.
That's it.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so basically, the title of this live is called "The Victimhood of Our Lost Queen," and the reason that me and her came up with this live is because at this present moment, there is just so much going on with what gender is being attacked more than any other gender right now, particularly.
The black woman.
So it's the black woman. So as we know, the black woman is the most attacked. We gotta also be realistic on ways to also help the black woman extend themselves consciously, subconsciously, and in all forms of areas of their lives. And one of the ways that black women are being attacked is through the media. So we got in a special goddess today, and she's going to bring in a lot of information, as so as me, things that we've been studying to help you guys understand the attack that's going on and how low vibrational women do play victim, which is going on right now. I got a sister who's going down the city girl route. I know a lot of chosen ones who have sisters who is going down the city girl route, which is being frowned upon because city girls it's just not it. And we got Megan Thee Stallion, all these low vibrational leaders pushing this toxic message, which is being frowned upon. So first, before we start off, everyone in here, please share this video to 3 people. We understand the power and number of sharing. If you're sharing, is caring, and we understand that we are speaking consciously. Conscious is always trying to be silent. So please share this video to 3 people so we can get this message spread it out. Let's try to get 100 views before we even start going on. Everyone like this video because this took a lot to get this together. A lot of technical difficulties, preventing the message from being spreaded. So please, everyone, please share this video to 3 people. And while we get to 100 viewers, I'm gonna play some music, and y'all comment down below. Greet everyone, greet the gods and goddesses, greet the kings and queens, because we all kings and queens. This is our land. So Everyone, please repeat, share this video to 3 people. And in the meantime, play some music. Let's get 100 viewers, y'all. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yes, yes, yes.
I'm excited. Hey, everybody.
Let's get let's get this. Let's get this. Everyone share this video to 3 people. If you can share it to at least one person, that will really even help itself. Because it's noon time, so a lot of people really are at work right now too. So the more, hey, each one reach one, each one reach one.
I'm
Peace,
sharing it
peace,
too.
peace, peace. Everyone share it up. Let's get it. Let's get it, y'all. Share to 3 people. Shout out to SR Noon, X Moon. Shout out to X Moon. Shout out to CS. Shout out. Plus, also everyone here, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to this video as well. Definitely subscribe to my channel. So yeah, a lot of people definitely share this video, and we're gonna start it off anyways because we understand that we are in the middle of the day, so a lot of people really are going, doing other things. So the first topic I do want to start off with um is about to be. I'll repeat to everyone. The title of this video is the victimhood of the lost queens in our time of now. And I'll start this off by saying first, shout out to all the women in here. Shout out to all the goddesses in here. Shout out to all the queens in here. We understand that feminine energy is the most powerful energy. It is the original energy, but it has been slightly corrupted in multiple ways through pushing them to be more masculine, to pushing them to be more city girls, to pushing them to just go against what they're divinely operated in, and which is that divine feminine energy, which is ultimately being in your heart space, ultimately knowing how to be submissive, ultimately knowing who you are, and also knowing your power, and knowing how to really be in that feminine energy, that feminine whole, which is that black feminine energy, that darkness. And everyone thinks darkness is bad, but in reality we come from the darkness. So I'm gonna let you start it off, Queen.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you start it off with everything that you want to start off, and give it to y'all because you're very powerful. Let's get it.
Hey, thank you so much. So, when you was talking about like a lot of us women are like transitioning into the city girl era, really honoring that part of ourselves, I feel like that is like the biggest issue, mainly because a lot of us are not honoring our own individual like places, and we're being like everyone else because we feel like that's the type of attention we want, or this is what we have to do to get that attention or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I do also want to say that the changes that we seek, it really starts within. That means us going into solitude, us being alone as much as possible with our own selves so that we can form our own sense of individuality and
Mm-hmm.
come to terms with who we are on a very personal level.
Mm-hmm.
Because I want to bring like the Lauryn Hill era back, the Lauryn Hill era back, where we're just like very poetic, we're very creative, we're tapping into that realm of like understanding things from both sides. Do you want to add anything to this?
Yeah, not to this subject, but the next subject we'll go on to for something I was definitely going deep into earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna talk about this. Only applies to some women. I started off, but some women, they don't like high status men, and they don't get along. They're not even compatible with high status men, because you got to understand, low status women have issues with high status men. Now, why do these low status women have issues with high status men? Because when they're around a high status and a high value men, they have power struggles. This is where they feel like they can't control the outcome of everything, especially if that woman is working with the negative. The low status woman, seeing her man have so much value and status, that makes her subconsciously feel like she can't control him, and it leads her to thinking that he will leave her. So what does a low status woman do? Now this makes the low status woman more manipulative
Yeah.
through guilt tripping the high status man, causing random arguments to him, trying to do whatever she can to him that will make him act out of character so she can watch how he reacts to pinpoint his weakness. The only reason she feels powerless is because she is unhealed. She's paranoid. She got a hole in her heart, dog. She got a hole in her heart, and she doesn't want to feel pain no more. So why did I even bring this up? The reason I brought this up is to tell you that if you're a man and you have high value and a lot of things to offer, you must have a partner on the same value level as you. A high value woman won't manipulate you because she already got everything, bro. Like, what is there to be afraid of? She already got everything. Just watch out for them low status women who have nothing to lose. Like, for example, I ain't gonna lie, like a lot, if you got a lot going for yourself, like you want semen retention, you taking cold showers, you got a lot of knowledge, you going, you know what I'm saying, you getting the bread, you know what I'm saying, you getting up there, and you meet a female and she like, yeah, she bad at selling all that, but if she got nothing to offer, and let's say y'all get like a month deep into dating each other, and you find out who she really is, and you leave her, like let's say you try to leave her because you feel like, oh, nah, she's not even a good girl no more, like, bro, she has nothing to lose, bro. Like she could really f up your whole life because, bro, she has nothing to lose. But you was the one who messed up because you knew she had nothing to lose in the first place. So my whole point is be with who you're compatible with. If you're a high status male, be with a high status woman. If you're a high value male, be with a high value woman. All right, because it will not work out. All right, she gonna drain you. If she's a low status woman, a low value woman, and you're a high value man, she gonna drain you. She gonna take your energy, and she's gonna basically try to overpower you. So that's what I gotta say about high value and values and status, which is very, very important when it comes to compatibility and when it comes to partnership. So, what do you have to say about that when it comes to status and value from your experience?
Um, I feel like you got to really assess what your reasons are for even wanting to be in a relationship. I
Mm-hmm.
know for me, I was always ready to be in a relationship for whatever reason. So it was the intellectual was there, the conversation was there. It was just seeing that person's true colors or whatever. I feel like it's the same thing for y'all when y'all are dating women. The signs really be there at the beginning. So it's like if you choose to ignore them, you have to take accountability for that, but also realize when it's time to drop that thing too.
Mm-hmm.
Realize when y'all don't think the same. Realize when y'all not on the same page. Realize when she's fine as fuck, but that's enough. Like that's all you're gonna get. Realize when you really want more, when you require more. That's like
Mm-hmm.
the biggest thing. Like we
Mm-hmm.
just be with each other for the wrong reasons. So it's easy to be the victim and be like, well, oh, such and such did this, and this is why we're not dating or we're not talking. But at the end, it was just the fact that y'all really just was not compatible.
Mm. Exactly. That's where astrology comes in. Like astrology explains how to being compatible with the other, with the spouse, with whoever you're gonna, you're trying to reach and seek out. Compatibility explains that. So that's why we're even like you're a Scorpio, right?
Mm-hmm.
Scorpios usually are compatible with Tauruses, are usually compatible with other water signs because those water signs they could actually like relate with the emotional value that you guys need. Scorpio is also uh arguably the most intense sign, intimately, meaning they're very intimate, they need that intimacy, they need that deepness. So signs that are compatible with Scorpio would be your Pisces, would be your Cancers, would be your Tauruses. Of course, Taurus is the opposite of Scorpio, meaning that Taurus either loves Scorpio or hates Scorpio. Tauruses are kind of stuck in the ways, but they're also love, materials, and they're also very, very powerful, very wealthy. They're very, very good leaders because they're gonna stick to that plan. But they're not really the best of change. While Scorpios are the masters of change, they change all the time. They're actually the ones who, if you meet them, they're gonna try to change your life for the better or the worse. That's why Scorpio is one of the most hated signs because when you meet a Scorpio, they either change your life for the worst or for the better. While other signs might not even do a damn thing. But Scorpio going to actually make an impact because they got that much power. Remember the rule by Pluto. Pluto rules power. Pluto rules power. Okay, all the other planets they rule something else. Like the sun might rule vitality. The moon might rule emotions, but Pluto rules power. So when you're dealing with a Scorpio, you're dealing with a sign that is ruled by power. So understand this, all right? That's why you can't really beat a Scorpio when it comes to competition, because at the end of the day, even if they lose, they're gonna come back again and again and again and again. So this is something that I just observed from even being around a lot of Scorpios. But overall, what's the next subject you want to tap into?
I also wanted to tap into just knowing thyself.
Hmm.
Obviously, we just had a very powerful full moon in Aries. I am a Scorpio in the first house of Aries. So my whole journey has really been journeying back to the self. And as a woman, I feel like we all have to go through that journey to the self. But it really goes into knowing who you are and knowing who you are not. Um, and knowing who you are really puts emphasis on your decision making, your choices, your environments, how you create, because you have that inner knowing about how you want to do things in the first place. So that's really important, I feel like, as well for women, so that we can step out of victimhood and create more healthy, balanced relationships with ourselves, each other, and the opposite sex. Okay, because I do feel like we won't be so disrespectful to men when we understand that we are like them. Um. Okay, I don't have nothing else to say though about that. I
Okay,
feel like
so
that's just.
when it comes to the woman, right? The low vibrational woman, right? The low vibrational woman when she plays victim, right? What is the reason why she plays victim in a relationship?
I feel like playing victim in a relationship is just to. It's a form of manipulation. It's
Mhm.
a way to get that other person to like bow down and see things to your way and do things the way that you want them to be done. Um, that's how I feel like it's basically to get their way in a particular situation. Because why
Mm.
else is you playing victim? Why else are you doing
Mm.
it?
Mm. Okay. So the next subject that I'm gonna go into, and I'll let you break it off after. So the subject of masculine, of this is a good subject. The subject of masculine woman. All right, this
Oh my
subject is about
gosh.
masculine woman. So I'm gonna be real life. Like, there's nothing wrong with a masculine woman. Nothing wrong with them. But a woman is not supposed to be masculine in a relationship because that masculinity belongs to the king. The media, they push women to be masculine, right? And this
Mm-hmm.
for say, but every chosen one I've ever talked to, they told me how like they talked to a masculine woman before, and it was just so thrown off and unattractive
Mm-hmm.
because it's just not natural for a woman to be masculine. Masculine women, they have a very hard time in relationships because first off, like no king wants to compete with his spouse. And when a woman is in her masculine energy, it makes the man in his fight or flight mode, causing competition within the relationship. A lot of black relationships in 2022, they're not even relationships. They're competitions.
Mm-hmm.
Men are biologically programmed to compete. So when a man sees the man and a woman, his brain instantly sends off energy to compete with the masculine energy. You think a man gonna bow down if a woman is in her masculine energy? His brain is naturally wired to compete with the masculine energy. His brain can't tell the difference between a man and a masculine girl. He's just gonna let the energy fill up his ego and try to conquer and compete with the masculinity and whoever who is. If he sees a masculine woman, he's gonna try to compete with her. He don't care if it's a woman. She has
Right.
masculine energy. That triggers his masculine energy to compete. This is why masculine women always be damn single because niggas are confused on how to be around masculine women.
I understand.
The man's brain is constantly switching to the left and right side, trying to figure out if he needs to conquer her or let her be. Most real niggas just leave the masculine woman alone because, like, after a few days, they're just like, nah, I don't have time for those type of women. And real niggas do
Oh my
not want to
goodness.
compete with their girl because when the woman is masculine, that makes him compete with her. And then after a while, the man just gets triggered because he like, nah, he feel like he can't relax around them. Like the woman always trying to be the conqueror when that's his job. The conqueror that belongs to him. You're taking him off his throne. So what is a solution for these masculine women? The
You
solution
asking?
is No,
Oh,
I'm gonna say mine, and I'm gonna hear yours. Right. So
okay.
the solution is the masculine woman needs to start loving themselves, which opens them to love others and opens up compassion. And compassion is linked to trust. A trusting woman is always going to be submissive. Period.
Okay.
Now I'll let you go. What do you think of
Okay.
what's the solution?
So
What's the solution to masculine women?
okay, so let me say this. I definitely agree with what you're saying because I've been on both sides. I've been
Mm-hmm,
the woman who was extremely masculine, talking about some I could do it all by myself. I don't need your help. We in a relationship together. Um, and I would just want to say this. First of all, that's super unhealthy. You definitely, if you're with the opposite sex, you're supposed to let that person lead and do what they do.
mm-hmm,
But I feel like it's a balance. Like for me, I would say that I'm a healthy balance now of masculine and femininity.
right.
Now I have been diving deeper into my femininity, but I have that leadership quality. I have a different ability, so I can be very hands on. But I feel like, for one, women need to rethink their own thinking. Okay. Understand that they still have a little bit more healing to do if they are being more masculine than feminine. Why
Mm-hmm,
is that for some women, I feel like that's just a protective thing for them. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't feel like anything is going to get done unless they do it. It's almost like we have to train our minds again to trust y'all to work with us. Okay. It's a process. I feel like this is other women actively being around other women who are actively practicing in their femininity. And
mm-hmm,
then just lightening up a bit, not taking things so personal,
mm-hmm,
letting people help you. I just feel like masculine women sometimes they just have a hard time receiving. Okay, that's like
mm-hmm,
it's like a big imbalance. But we're gonna start really by just like checking in with ourselves, you know.
mm-hmm. So what do you feel like? What do you feel like alone time? Do you feel like alone time is important as well for those masculine
Solitude
women?
is so important. Yes. I mean, it's okay, put it like this. It's important at the beginning stages because you have to know who you are individual to people, learning how to stand on your own emotions, feelings, what you want, all that. So that when you're coming in union with people, you're not looking for these people to provide these things.
Mm,
Um, I think we'll just grow in general by
mm,
being open and honest. That we don't want to be alone, but sometimes we need that aloneness to kind of get us back into oneness with ourselves. Okay.
mm-hmm,
Then we can start sharing space with other people. I would say slowly, don't be all pushing yourself, but do what feels right. Intuitively, you will always know.
for sure, for sure. Hey, I appreciate you so much for having on. What's the next subject? What's the next subject you want to hop onto? Yeah,
Um,
let's see.
I feel like, so all I wanted to really talk about really was people who are in victimhood, the difference between them healing right now or not is just their accountability or their awareness levels of what is actually going on in their life and realizing that they need to change so that because it's not always other people outside of you needing to change, but it's literally you as well. So I just really want to talk about that with the divine feminine. It's okay to acknowledge things that have happened to you in the past, but I do feel like just as much as you acknowledge those things, let's acknowledge ways to improve and grow forward so that we're not stuck in the past because, certain things do happen for a reason, but it's literally to change us and to mold us so that we can do better.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay, okay. Speaking on the title, the victimhood of mm, Allah's queens. What are some things that you noticed? Because you was talking to me earlier about like you have friends and all that, and they would talk a certain way, and you couldn't really call them your friends. So dive a little bit deeper and tell me and share with us the experience on how you had with
Oh
that.
my goodness. So when you are healing and you are learning how to be your own divine woman, you're going to do cleanup on the people that's around you. You're going to do cleanup because you're going to realize like where you are mentally. Your female friends, they're really not. And you have to be honest with that. And it's not to say that they're bad people and you're not judging them. It's just that you don't want to surround yourself with that energy no more because that's not who you are. So, me personally, I have had to distance myself or separate from certain friendships because they were not pouring into me. Um, I'm more of an accountability mind state. So, all my friends now that I have, they're very spiritual, they take accountability, and we're focused on our healing. We're focused on being better. We're focused on um, cleaning up trauma and things that like have held us down. So I'm more so wanting to be around women who are healing and who are actively doing the work, not women who are still talking about this and that has happened and this person keep doing this to you, but then you're also involved in it. You're also a part of it.
Mm, mm. Hmm. So yeah, that's one thing that I think I've realized as well is like when it comes to the low vibrational women. Keep in mind, like I keep talking about the low vibrational women. So the women who are in here, and you're doing your thing, you shouldn't feel guilty. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't feel guilty. You know what I'm saying? If I'm speaking about low vibrational women, you should not feel guilty for a damn thing I'm talking about. But for the low vibrational women, that the one thing that I guess you could say I've seen is really like what you were just saying, the accountability thing, like a woman will be in a relationship and the man will be in the relationship and they'll both F up. But the woman feels like she didn't F up at all. The guy at least is like, okay, I effed up. I effed up. The woman, nah, she don't feel like she effed up. She feel like she did everything right. She feel like the man wrong, the man this, the man that, niggas ain't shit, all that crap, right? That's just a hood mentality. I don't understand. I feel like it's a mental health, something mentally is going on with that woman because most women who actually in their heart space are going to take accountability. They're going to step back. They're going to pinpoint that weakness that they did in that relationship, and they're going to be honest with themselves. The number one key to enlightenment is to be honest with yourself. Half the people in here and this live probably ain't even honest with themselves. You got to start being honest with yourself. Just be honest with yourself. Everything that you ever done, be honest with yourself, and that's going to lead you to enlightenment. That's going to lead you to a higher path of getting what you want. Stop lying to yourself. Stop lying. Do things out of honesty. So that we'll go on to the next subject, though.
Okay. But can I just say one more thing?
Yes, for sure.
I just want to say this too. You definitely have to take into account childhood wounds and things that happened to
Mm,
you as to why people's mindsets could be still in victim mentality. Um, maybe as a kid, and this is just for example, but maybe as a kid, maybe you were used to being blamed for everything. And so you've always been, from that standpoint, now in a defense mechanism because you don't want to be the one who did it. So
mm,
sometimes we do have to, and it's okay to work with others. And I just want to shout out to Karmic Sight Girl because she really was the one who I met, who is my friend, who has been teaching me about childhood wounds and really healing that stuff that happened to you because it is affecting us mentally in adulthood. We're still
mm,
carrying on as children.
mm. And even what I said about the masculine woman, like while speaking, going on about that rant, like a lot of women ain't even gonna agree with what I said because it's like those are those masculine women. Those are the ones that are defensive. The most masculine women are defensive. They instantly defend everything. Like you can't tell a masculine woman shit, bro, because they gonna defend that shit instantly. They're gonna instantly that's where that masculinity comes in point. If I literally just sit here, broke it down, pinpoint, detail by detail, and I seen one comment saying, "Oh no, it's not competition. That's not competition." What? That's competition to the max. A masculine woman. If you masculine and you a woman and you in a relationship and you get your man mad all the time, you're literally triggering the masculinity in him to compete with you to conquer you. The more
Yeah.
masculine you are as a woman, the more masculine he becomes. And when two masculine entities are in the same room, what does that do? That creates competition. They're going to try to conquer each other. So you can't say as a woman, oh, that's not competition when you're masculine. When you're a masculine woman, you're instantly making your man more competitive and more masculine. And you can't even decipher that. You can't break that. You can't debate that. It's a fact. So let's go on to the next subject.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you go.
Oh, my turn. Okay.
Yeah, your turn. Let's get it.
Um, so I feel like just All right, this is my subject. It's not really a
Mm-hmm.
subject, it's a question. And I talked to you about this earlier. But I just want to ask people, especially if you're in the chat, what did your experience teach you? And you know, you don't gotta answer it right away. But I feel like moving forward, a lot of you guys are going to be bumping shoulders with more women like me who are coming out. We're talking about things from both perspectives. But the question that I want y'all to ask yourselves, and even after watching this live, is like, what did that experience teach me? So even if you, Fadi, you were saying
Mm-hmm.
like the over masculine woman, what did that teach you? You know what I mean? Like, did it teach you maybe what type of woman you do want? What did it teach you? Like,
Um, in my opinion,
in
the
a
over
not negative sense though.
yeah,
Like the okay.
the positive. Okay, so over masculine woman, like with that, the main thing it taught me was to really like, okay, like when I'm talking to a woman, if it feels like I can't chill around her, if I feel like I can't be in my heart space, feels like I gotta constantly like always try to like defend myself, and she's always defensive. It taught me to look for feminine women who's actually going to be making me feel like I'm at home, feel like my root chakra. But masculine women, the reason why some men don't really mate with them and can't be really compatible with them is because they're just in the defensive mode. Like it's just
Wow.
constantly like you feel like you're talking to a man. So when I'm talking to a feminine woman, it feels like I can actually it feels balanced and it balances out my yang energy. Now a lot of us men, I won't say all of us, but half of us men have a lot of masculine energy and the other half have feminine energy. For someone like me, I have a lot of masculine energy. So I gotta make sure that like my counterpart is more on the feminine side. If she's on the masculine side, it's gonna create chaos. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's what it taught me personally, just to look for someone who's more on the feminine side, which basically is not me controlling them. I don't want no control. I just want someone who's going to balance me out and someone who's going to be in the heart space. One of the issues right now that's going on within the community is that a lot of the females who are low vibrational, quote unquote, low vibrational, they're not in their heart space. They're not operating in the heart space. They're operating with their solar plexus chakra. They're trying to be confident, too confident to the point where they're trying to overpower other men. And that creates the competitive part in the men, bringing out the competitive competition part in the male, making him like, okay, making him confused as hell because he's like, damn, why the hell is this female so masculine? And he just literally just leaves her alone after a while. So I'm gonna pin some comments of people who are
Okay.
sharing their experience as well, and we can go ahead and basically split
Wrap
these.
this up.
Mhm.
Okay. Oh, can I
So
just say something about what you were
yes,
saying? So I'm
yes.
very intuitive, y'all. That's one thing
Mhm.
about a Scorpio, honey. We are so intuitive. We have like X-ray vision. We could read y'all. You know
Mhm.
that everything you just said because I'm a woman that cares. I'm a
Mhm.
single woman. So I'm trying to make sure that I'm balanced before I meet my future Mr. Right. You basically just wanted to feel safe.
Right. Hey, if you say that, like I ain't gonna lie, like you basically right. Like I just don't want to feel like I don't want to feel like I'm fighting a man. I want to feel like I'm just safe and shit. Like
Type shit.
all the men at the end of the day, like if they come home from a long ass job, they want to come home and come home to a woman who's freaking making them feel safe and shit, giving them a nice bed, a nice massage, some tea. Like basically what they want. That's the root chakra. That's basically what it is. I don't want to be like I'm in fight or flight mode. So that's basically what you said. Yeah,
I
you won't come
love
with that
this
for real.
energy. And an elder,
Mhm.
y'all, I only get readings from one individual. She is a Leo. She is older. And she told me years ago, I was in a bad relationship and I was going to get advice. She was like, this person doesn't feel safe with you. I mean, literally, me going to search for myself and find this information. I had real people around me telling me about myself, giving me things to think about. Oh, God.
Mm.
So yeah, that's what she told me. So this makes me think like, wow. And you're saying it without saying it.
Hey, I like what this person commented. Choose wisely. So he basically said, my experience has taught me not everything requires a response, which is facts. Because I watched someone called Aquarius Maximum. She's also someone who has a lot of information, but she said that, and you see how he says more times responding with love and understanding, hug, reassurance will get you very far. And they
Yes.
actually said the black man needs a hug from the black woman. It actually
Mm-hmm.
calms him down and it puts him in his heart space and it puts him in his divine feminine energy. A lot of like I'm not gonna say a lot of women, but I'll say some women do not know how to properly treat a black man.
Mm-hmm.
This is why the
They're
men are
not
so
tapped
mad.
in. They're not
Mm,
tapped into that nurturing energy of themselves because they're so
mm,
emasculinated. So that would make
mm,
sense when you think
mm-hmm,
about where they are mentally. Some women just don't know. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like, but even for y'all who are uncomfortable with her not knowing, you got to let her go too. It ain't no
Mm-hmm.
point in sitting there trying to fix her and tell her what to do. This is something that she's going to have to come to. She's going to have to want that change for herself on her own.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like if a woman give me a hug right now, that's gonna calm me down. Like that's gonna really calm me down, and that's how I know that's a fact because I'm honestly a real nigga. I'm just someone who's gonna pick the truth. So I'm saying from my honest opinion and my heart space, yeah, a hug will really calm you down if you're a man. If you got a girl right now, hey, start telling her or ask her, hey, tell her about that fact. Did you know hugging a black man will actually calm down his hormones and his receptors, and basically it'll actually make the relationship grow stronger in all ways and shapes and forms. And the reason I'm saying this is because I know the black relationships, the black household is the most attacked in the USA right now. So y'all should take this very, very serious and start hugging more. Start giving yourself more hugs. Like hugging, like I don't know if y'all ever hugged a tree, but hugging a tree is one of the best feelings you ever had in your life. Like I hug a tree, bro. That shit chill as hell for real, for real. But yeah, we got a comment. So I've learned to learn myself and be fulfilled alone. Fill up my
Mm-hmm.
own cup before entering a relationship so I can be assured of my needs and also have the energy to give unconditional love. Right. I love that.
Yes, that's my friend, by the way, y'all.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so honestly, like I like that because people look as love as something competitive. Okay, if I give this person love, I want it back. But if you give unconditional love, you won't care about getting it back. You just won't
Yeah.
care. So unconditional love is something that we gotta go into and tap into too. Like our spirit guides, they give us unconditional love. They don't
Every
care
day.
about unconditional. We have ancestors all around us. You got ancestors in your room, all around you. You probably feel them. They're with you. Like the love is different. It's unconditional. They actually care for you. So yeah, like hug a tree daily. It's gonna really grow. Like you gotta understand, trees are rooted. They're grounded. They're in the side of the earth. They come from the earth. They got all types of grounding elements that's gonna cure your anxiety. A lot of people who have anxiety who are watching this, you're just not grounded. You don't have enough earth element in you. You're just too much. You have too much air element. You might be very smart. Some of the most smartest people I've ever known in my life overthink all the time. So instead of overthinking, actually go out in nature and just sit down and just be quiet. You know what I'm saying? Things like that's going to heal yourself. And I saw one video yesterday. The guy was saying 7 days of silence has changed his life because if you go 7 days in your whole life, I mean, go 7 days at least once in your life silence, you will literally have what they call, I forgot what's called, but it's like the most spiritual awakening you'll ever have. When you're silent, that's truly, truly, truly when you really receive everything. Silence is feminine.
Wow.
Yes, yes, yes.
I had to take down
Do
that
you,
note.
Yeah, that's powerful, powerful. Anyone else? Definitely leave something that you have learned from your relationships for the positive, from the positive. Even if it's from a masculine woman, if it's goddesses, you're free to comment too. Anything you've learned, comment it down below, and we're gonna basically break it down and see what we can relate to it as well. So we got a comment here. His name is Even, right? So the divine goddess energy calm us down immediately. LOL. She created us and we created the universe. Yes, that's a fact. That's a fact. See, because that goddess energy is like mothering energy. So when we have that goddess energy, it makes us feel like we have nothing to worry about. That's why that feminine energy is the most powerful energy. Like your worst enemy, and shout out to Rashad Jamal said this, you know what I'm saying? Your worst enemy, if it's a female, you might want to be on the lookout. If it's a male, you probably ain't gonna be as scared because the male gonna come predictable, he gonna be right in plain sight, all that. The female, you don't know when time she gonna come. She might come when you're sleeping. She might send spirit attacks. You don't know what the hell she gonna do because the females are just unpredictable. Like I don't care what no one says. Females are unpredictable as crap. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what the next move is. 1 second they might not like you, the next second they might like you. You know how many exes you can have that might not really want you at the moment, and then the next second they might want you? That's because females are always using their emotions. They're not really the most logical beings on the planet. So yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good comment. But again, I
Dang.
just It's all a,
Mhm.
I think it's
Another
all
comment.
about us being
Mhm, mhm,
emotionally connected to ourselves too. You know,
mhm,
some women are very, of course, we're women, but we ain't emotionally connected to ourselves. So I know some people that they don't hug because that's not a form of intimacy that they really experience. So
mhm,
I feel like, before I let this thought lose my mind,
mhm,
sometimes there are men who are a little bit more spiritual. And if you have enough patience, based off knowing what her background is, because y'all gotten to know each other, and you decide that this is somebody that you actually want to spend time healing with. So I feel like any relationship that we enter into from today moving forward, you will be healing with your partner and not like against them.
mhm,
Um, you just gotta know like your role and how tapped in you are and believe in your ability to like heal the situation with her
mhm.
and be willing to.
So the comment I see now, he says a hug will make me cry.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna lie, I haven't had one in forever, lol. And this is a God saying this. This is a king saying this. This is a male saying this. So if he's saying this and I'm saying it, how many other guys you feel like really feels like this? How many other men you really feel like feels like this? You know, a lot of men feel like this. I'm not lying. A lot of men feel like this. Men, people think men are just all masculine. They actually have that feminine side in them too. That's why it's called mad balance. They have it in them, but it's hard for them to express it because they don't want to be looked at as, oh, weak. People think feminine energy is weak.
Yeah,
For some reason in a male, not in a female, in a male,
for
people think when
sure.
a man's feminine, it's weak. So let's think about that for everyone watching. Like, if you got a goddess, you really want that hug, you know what I'm saying? If she don't hug you enough, tell her, hey, I want more hugs. Like communication is the most powerful thing in a relationship. It's that communication
Hmm.
factor. Speaking like just the power of your voice, like express that blue energy in your throat chakra and unlock it, unlock it for real, for real.
Hmm.
Okay, we got another comment. I learned fasting can bring us more goddess energy. Yes, yes. Fasting can bring you more energy in general. Did you know that? Fasting actually can heal your whole body. Did you know
Wow.
that? Did you know that diseases die because you fast? You starve the disease. When you fast, you starve the disease because you're literally not eating no food. So fasting is actually a hack.
Yeah, I think my
Starve the
girlfriend
disease.
does this. So
Mm.
she was, and that's what healing conversations is like, talking about things like that can help yourself, that can help one another. What do you think about people fasting together with the intent of like a couple fasting together?
I feel like personally, I feel like that's very powerful because like I've done it. I think once,
For
but it's
real?
very yeah, it's very powerful because fasting is very very powerful. When I fast, instead of being hungry for food, I'll be hungry for success. I use that energy that for food. I use that energy. I use it to get more success, whatever I want to manifest. So the next time y'all fast, instead of being hungry and using that food to fill you up, use use manifestations to fill you up. You gotta know how to transmute energy. This is where alchemy comes into place. Alchemy is transmuting like a metal into a gold, but you can do that mentally and spiritually. It's all in your mind. Like
Mm.
it's all in your mind, you know? So you said nature definitely helps with soothing the soul. Yes, nature helps with soothing the soul. Like 1 hour in nature a day will cure all anxiety. 1 hour in nature a day will cure all anxiety. Okay, we got a
This,
comment for you. Goddess, I want you to answer this.
okay. This one, it says, how can we as black, okay, I'm sorry. It says, how can we as young girls tap into our feminine energy because some of our mothers are so masculine that they make us feel like we have to be masculine? Okay. That's such a good ass question. Okay, this is what I'm going to say. When you want help, you are going to do everything under your power to get assistance, to get the help. Um, you would literally benefit off hanging around another feminine woman who understands you, understands what it is that you're going through, and can like work with you because she transitioned from that herself. I feel like you can only get the perspectives of someone who knows both sides of that. That is my opinion. Okay, because I feel like if you if you didn't go through that with your mother in your past, you would have no idea of how to navigate or get through because you've never experienced that. But when you meet other people who have and have healed and are actively healing others, you should link with those people. If this does that make sense what I'm saying, Fadi?
It does.
Because,
It
like, for
does.
me, that's why I'm doing what I'm doing today, bringing some type of awareness because I've gone through things and you can change, you can transform past those situations, but you got to want that. So, like I said, when you want that change and you want to get over that and you want to work with that energy of being more feminine, you're going to work with other feminine women who that's what they practice on. That's what they do. They help you guys transition from being so masculinated to, you know.
hmm So we got a comment. We got a comment from Lilia. She said fasting is anti-aging, gives your cells a chance to recover, rejuvenate, and make more.
I
So it's a
love
fact.
this.
Mhm. Fasting will actually prevent you from aging more. That's why people who don't eat a lot, they may be skinnier, but their skin glows. Like it just has like this glow about it. It's like this sun energy glows in them. And when you fast, shout out to Lifeway for putting me on this, but when you fast, you're literally clearing out your sun chakra. When you eat, it's like putting dirt on your sun. It's like putting a bunch of dirt on your most powerful solar plexus. Solar. If you break down the word solar,
Excuse me.
the first half of it is soul. So when you eat a lot of food, it's actually preventing your soul from growing. If you want to have a stronger soul, you must cleanse out your solar plexus by eating less. So a lot of people, this is why a lot of people who eat a lot and who have like a gut, they really don't have that much willpower because they give up. Their solar plexus is too weak. So yeah, this is just etymology and breaking down words and studying the science of words.
I just want
hmm
to, can I comment on something?
Yes, let's get it.
There's a comment in the chat and it says, okay, so women suppress your divine masculine in submission, but men be feminine and masculine. They said they confused. I don't think that we are asking women to suppress anything. I feel like we are asking more women to find their balance so that
It's
they
about
can
balance.
coexist with other men and it not be so much of like, oh, he's this or this weird victimhood mentality. It's more so learning how to not be so harsh because you feel like men are men and they should be able to take it and like it's just learning respect.
Yeah, we're not asking anyone to suppress their masculinity because that's not balanced. We're basically pointing out and pinpointing when a woman is overly masculine, what happens in relationships. When she's out of balance, it creates chaos because she throws off the guy, she throws off the masculine energy. When the masculine energy, he owns that. That's his ownership. So you're taking his ownership, which creates a lot of it basically ruffles up the feathers. So it's basically the being in balance. It's all about being in balance with being inside, being in the middle, being balanced, So being balanced is not easy. I'm not gonna sit here and lie, be like, okay, it's
Yeah.
easy to be balanced. You gotta literally, it's like pulling, it's like tug of war. You have your feminine side pulling you, and then another day you have your masculine side pulling you. But you gotta try to not fall off. If you fall too much to the left side, you're gonna go onto the masculine side. If you fall too much to the right side, you're gonna fall onto the feminine side. So you gotta basically be in the middle. That's all it really is, you know what I'm saying?
Learning how to compromise. Some of y'all do not
Mhm.
know how to compromise, and that's why you're in the current predicament that you're in. And this is outside of relationships. This is just your life stance where you are
Mhm.
because you're unwilling to compromise with life. You're unable. You have that masculine mentality towards your own life, and you're not allowing your spirit guides or your spiritual team or your ancestors or whoever to help you and work with you.
Yeah, so we got a comment. He said he's 54 years old. Shout out to you, Elder. And I've been having a hard time beginning my fast. How do you get past the initial urge to eat? So the first, I fasted many times. I went 3 days one time. The first about I'll say 12 hours of you fasting to 20 hours is mental. It's really mental. Like your body can go without eating easily, easily 20 hours. So it's really mental. the best way I can say to pass that initial urge to eat is to really do something that you love to do. So instead of eating with something else that you love to do, you love, you know what I'm saying, playing basketball, go out and play basketball that whole day. You got to literally convert that energy. Fasting is 100% mental. It's 100% transmutation. You gotta transmute that into something you love. Okay, don't fast and just stay in your room all day. You're basically asking yourself to eat because you're in your room and you're next to your refrigerator, which is basically 10 to 15 feet out, and you're gonna eat. So when you fast, it's important to make sure that you're not close to your refrigerator and you're actually somewhere where you want to be, which is like, let's say you're trying to get more money, right? Be somewhere where you can actually generate more income. You know what I'm saying? If that's either at your job, if that's either, you know what I'm saying, going out, or if you want to get more bigger, like perfect example, if you want to go to the gym, you're trying to get more bigger on your muscle, go to the gym. Be more in the area where you want to grow. Just don't be somewhere around food. You know what I'm saying? The hardest way to fast is to be around a bunch of people who are eating a bunch of food around you because it's basically like temptation and all that. So yeah.
Yeah.
hmm Reading a few more comments. Let's see. Y'all comment down a lot of experience y'all been having and questions y'all be having regarding to feminine and masculine energy. Um, regards to this topic, the victimhood of the lost queens. So most children, like myself, are starting to wake up, but parents make it so hard to continue because of the schools we go to or the food that we take. What's your say on this? Yep. That's hard for me to answer because I'm gonna be real with you, bro. Like if you go to school and you eat that food, it's very, very hard. That food is very bad for you. I recommend not to eat that food at all because that's like talking about food that's not really real food. You're eating fake food. You know, it's no different from eating like something like you're eating fake food. So if you have to eat that food, make sure you're taking supplements, herbs that's cleansing you out, like haritaki. Make sure you're getting a lot of sun, which will sweat out all that toxins out your body. Things like that. You gotta make sure you're constantly cleansing yourself out eating those foods. What do you have to say on that, Quinn?
So this is what came to me. Sometimes you have to do hard things that other people think are hard. I would be very creative. It sounds like you are not in the programming of your parents. You're different. So you will have to cling on to that. That's how leaders are brought about. They see a problem and they do something extraordinary to solve it. So I would just say use all of your creativity and realize that you are different than your parents. You have a different mission, you have a different journey, your purpose is different, and to tap into that and also surround yourself with people of your age who believe in the same things as you. Because I know you're not the only one.
hmm Okay, we got a comment. Please, family, we must be omnipresent. Oh, it's a peace, family. Okay, we must be omnipresent with each energy. The key is stillness. Do not try. Just still yourself and be. Release identification and renew your perception by just being still. I love that comment, and that's true. Like the days where I just am just still, like I'll just lay down on the grass and I'm just still, and I just have no thoughts. Like those are the most blissful days because I have no identification. A lot of our problems come because we identify with the problems. If you identify with your problems, those problems are now your problems. One of the easiest ways to deal with problems is to literally detach from the problem. You chose to have your problem. So let's say your name is Mark, right? And you're always saying, okay, I have these problems. These are my problems. You chose to have those problems because you just identify with the problems. But if you identify as a soul, you are the soul, and you say Mark is dealing with the problems, then now you now detached yourself from the problems because you're not watching the problems. Every issue you have in your life, you have to watch the issue instead of actually identifying with the issue and feeling the issue. You can choose. Like everything is a choice. Like you can choose to deal with everything. Like you don't gotta feel pain. You can just watch the pain. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all feel pain. You can feel it or watch it. It's your choice. There's no right or wrong when it comes to this as well. Like this, what I'm saying right now, like only some people gonna actually understand and understand what I'm saying. But basically, you have a choice for everything. This is called free will. And Rashad Jamal always preached about this. Like it's called free will. You have your choice to do whatever the flying if you want. Simple. So next comment we got. Learning to train your own mind. Each challenge is an encounter to do so. Yep.
Yes, I love that. And if you look at life like that, you'll always win because you're always looking for solutions and not really looking at everything to be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Hugging the tree. Yes, hug a tree.
Yeah, he said, "Don't know if that was a joke, but hugging a tree it kind of makes sense. Hugging a tree sounds like keeping you grounded and solid, or maybe I'm listening too hard and this weed got me smacked." Hey, bro, nah, the weed don't got you smacked, bro. That junk got you tapped in, bro. If you smoking the right junk, bro, that's just gonna open up your third eye, bro. So it don't got you smacked. It just got you basically tapped in, bro. It got you tapped in for real, for real. But yeah, it's gonna when you hug a tree, it's gonna basically train your mind to like be still more. Like trees, it's just it doesn't really have an identity. It is Earth. You know what I'm saying? So when you hug a tree, it's gonna keep you in that basically structured. The trees are structured. It's like you see how there's a tree, you go to a park, there's trees everywhere. It's structured, it's set in place. It already shows what it's gonna do. You know, it's decisive. Trees are decisive. It's not indecisive like air. Air. The reason why you can't tie down air signs like Libras, Geminis, and Aquarius is because it's air. You can't tie down air. It's in the air. How you going to tie down air? You know what I'm saying? You can't tie down air. But a earth sign, maybe you could because it's grounded. It's in the earth, so you can actually tie it down. But at the same time, you shouldn't tie it down. But that's an example. Mm-mm. Plant based is our natural diet. Yeah, it's a natural diet for sure. Yeah. Yes, we're socialized not to feel overwhelming negative feelings. Yeah, like I like how you said that because like I used to be when I first started my spiritual journey. I used to be more on like the positive side, like all optimistic and this and that. And then once like my life just transformed and went upside down, I started to actually see the negative side. And instead of
Mm-hmm.
running from it, I started to embrace it. You know what I'm saying? I started to like if something's negative in my life, I started to study that negative and just embrace it and feel it to the max. Like negative energy can make you the most powerful person in the world if you know how to transmute it into positive energy. You know, you gotta know how to feel that negative energy, identify with it, or detach from it. Is your choice. Watch it, whatever you want to do, but you got to be aware of that negative energy. You got to be aware of it. And if it's negative, it's your choice of what you want to do. Sometimes negative energy is gonna come in your life, no matter what you do. It's either your choice. You can learn how to because negative energy can make you stronger. If you can handle a lot of negative energy and you can go into a situation with more negative energy, you're able to have more withstand more willpower. You're building up your willpower by withstanding more negative energy. So don't ever think negative energy is just all bad. It's gonna go. Energy comes and goes. All right. It doesn't die. It comes and goes, meaning it's gonna come around you, it's gonna go away. So what do you guys say on negative energy though? Queen?
Negative energy.
Mhm. On how like he basically said like we're socialized not to feel overwhelming negative feelings.
I mean, I get that, but it's a practice. It's a daily practice or a habit of learning how to deal with those things head on.
Mhm.
Because to me, that's it's giving like avoidance, act like it's not there, but you have to just accept it and like work through it. I think for me, I do a lot of like analyzing and talking to myself about things to get that perspective. So some of y'all just gonna have to be more comfortable with talking to yourself about the way y'all feel about things. Because for some of y'all, it's just your mindset.
Mm. It's a mindset.
Yeah, that your mindset plays the difference to you feeling even overwhelmed and you just realizing that it's like a thought that comes or goes. You don't even really have to
Mm.
hone in on it. You can just like
Mm.
observe it and let it go. Or you can be in a mindset where you feel like, I don't know, you have to be emotionally charged off of it. Just
Mm.
depends on where you are.
Yeah, I like how you said that. Like a lot of negative thoughts, they come and go. Like if you have a negative thought in the moment, 10 minutes later, you're gonna forget about it. Like an hour from now, you're gonna be eating, gonna forget the negative thought even happened. That's why the present moment is the key to liberation, you know. Be intensely present in this present moment and watch intensely of everything that's going on. And that's gonna gain you more consciousness. You gain more consciousness when you're intensely present, watching the thinker, watch the thinker. They're thinking right now, watch that thinker in your head, and that's when a higher level of consciousness is activated when you watch the thinking in your mind. You know, and from I got this quote from the book called The Power of Now. Y'all got the book called The Power of Now. It says I'm loving these comments that we're tapping more into the balance, not just the positive aspects of things, but also the negative aspects of things, because life isn't all positive, you know. Negative energy is the what allows us to manifest positive energy. Through tension, we evolve and expand. And this is why we're here as gods and goddesses cannot get enough of evolution yet. If you know how to transmute negative energy, you're gonna be one of the most powerful people in the world. You know, take like if you was in a relationship in the past, instead of trying to avoid that, take it and feel all that pain and just feel it. That pain gonna make you powerful. Pain makes you powerful because it's gonna transform you. It's gonna give you a rebirth. They're gonna give you constant rebirths. So most people, when you tell them this, they're gonna get scared because they be like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to think about my ex. You know what I'm saying? The ex, but they don't understand. Like that's where power comes from. It's like when you do shadow work. Basically, what I'm saying, y'all, a short word, shadow work is where you empower yourself, y'all. Shadow work is where you empower yourself. You gotta do shadow work, to empower yourself. You ain't gonna do shadow work from just doing the same thing every day and eating food and going to 9 to 5 and coming home. You gotta do shadow work. You gotta go through some type of pain to empower yourself and get more power and to actually evolve into like, you know, you gotta go through some type of pain. Like we're on Earth, like I gotta remind a lot of people that we're on Earth. So Earth is one of the like the prison planets. So it ain't gonna be easy down here, y'all. I'm letting y'all know.
Yeah. And then lastly, turn that pain into something you're passionate about. Make
Mm,
it make sense in the end. Everything that you learned, everything that you did and it worked for you, teach that to other people.
mm. Nature mother is my spirit, and my spirit. Nature is so beautiful, it's strength, but it's acceptable to all
You
who
value
value it.
it. I love it.
Use lucid dreaming to change your reality and to heal your dopamine receptors for building positive habits. Whoa. See, if only I can master that. I just can't tap into that, man. Lucid dreaming is hard as hell, bro. Done it a few times, but I think they said the lucid dream, like comment down on how the lucid dream King SJ third gen, because it's like I only do it if I nap throughout the day. I can't do it at night. Like some people can't do it at all. It's like not saying it's impossible. Everyone could do it, just like all of us have intuition, all of us can lucid dream, but it's like some people need to like pinpoint what can make them actually lucid dream the correct way successfully without failing.
Yeah, I think all things in moderation, wherever
Mm-hmm.
you are on your healing journey or your process, do what you feel like you need to do. That's all I could say.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's different levels. So maybe after you've conquered one thing, you're ready to move on to the dream state. But just realize that there's a waking state and there's the dream state. And it's like you still have to be balanced enough to enter either one and do some work because it's work that needs to be done in both rooms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they said I was drinking mugwort. Yeah, mugwort. I gotta get more into that. I had some, but mugwort is very powerful for that. It's just like you can smoke mugwort too, but I think you gotta do a lot of that. You gotta do a lot of mugwort. I think like if I do a little bit, still don't work.
Yeah.
Like peripheral, peripheral. One of y'all me, so y'all can put me on that peripheral. But we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up, everyone. I appreciate everyone for joining this live. Make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe. If you're new to my channel as well. Beyond 5D, posting spiritual content daily, bringing on news people as much as I can. And if you're a divine feminine, you're a goddess, and you want to come on for the next one, all you gotta do is email me beyond5denergy@gmail.com. Go on Instagram at beyond.5d. Email is there. I'll definitely be having you back on as soon as possible so we can really share more information, bringing more powerful messages for the cause. Yes, yes, yes. Shout out to the gang. You have anything you want to say before we leave?
No, y'all. Just thank you for having me, 5D. I appreciate this.
Yes, yes, yes. I say
All right, y'all. Peace.
peace, peace, peace.